I am actually meeting a friend tonight. We're going to go watch a performance at the NE Conservatory. So it is a school of about 800 students, and they're classically trained, typically in classical music, but there are a lot of people who play world music, what you would call world music. And I saw them when I showed up. I'm sorry, there was a workshop a couple of weeks ago. I was surprised. It was called the Global Musicians Workshop. And there were people from all over the world, basically about 50 musicians, and they'd broken up into several different groups, had about a 2-hour concert where they blended instruments from all over the world. And some, I don't know if there were original pieces, however, there might have been some folk pieces from different parts of the world, or and they, depending on who was in the group, I guess that they learned how to use their instrument to play that piece, and then they might, I guess, do some variations. It was really wonderful, and they didn't allow any recording. A lot of times they do, but they did not allow it that time, so I wasn't able to record that. Tonight is our classical pieces played by some groups from China, and actually one main musician. And earlier this week, the MGM had a soft opening. We had a Grateful Dead band there called the Barely Dead. They were very good. You couldn't tell the difference. Those who came to that opening were all loosely related to the MGM, and so it was a really good first night. I work in VIP guest services, so I need to make sure that the guests are safe and having a good entertainment experiences. That's what our team does. And we've got 3 main levels. We've got the floor level, and it's a 5,000 seating venue. About 2,500 seats can be set up there, and then about 2,500 in the rest of the venue. So there are 2 balconies, and at the back of the balconies are 4 levels. And the first level would be the ground level. The second level comes in sort of at the top of the first balcony. The second level comes in about mid-level of the second balcony, and that's the third level, and then the fourth level comes in at the very top of the second balcony. So there is, you can get food and drinks, inside the venue, and you can sit at bars, and I don't know if they have tables on the first level. I think they do have some tables on the second level at the front of the balcony. And then there is an area where you can get food and drink and still face the MGM, and that's on the second level. On the third level, there is a lounge which faces Boston, and so there are TVs which you can watch the show from there. You can get food and beverage there, and up at the top, the Truly deck, which is open air. You have a gorgeous view of Boston, and you can watch the MGM. There is no smoking in the venue, and once you come in, you cannot leave, even if you're staff. They are working on some smoking areas for people who would like to smoke. But I will tell you, people were very cooperative when we had to go up and ask them, a few people, not to smoke or vape. They were very, very cooperative. Now, a lot of people are probably going, why are you doing that at your age? Well, I have to tell you something. I did miss working in the music business. I loved working with patrons, and believe it or not, I love solving problems. I have solved some pretty big problems, or been a part of teams that have solved problems. If I did, I don't remember. I think it was more sort of being in a team. So, and this is a very good team. We had some great bonding experiences during orientation a few weeks ago, and the people who run it have been with Live Nation for a long time. And then to tell you about Banana Republic is just to be able to speak Portuguese on a regular basis, and then I know very basic Polish, French, Japanese, and Spanish. And I'm learning a little bit of other languages as I can. About half of our clientele visit, whether tourists or they're in town for various reasons. The other half, many of them do come from all over the world. And so I love serving the clientele, and I'm very fortunate to have the management staff that I do. I'm encouraged every single day that I come. There's a very good team atmosphere. I've been there now 6 weeks, and I'm really impressed with, believe me, people aren't perfect. It's not perfection that you're looking for. I think there's this very, very focused way that people are, and sometimes, things happen and you've got to make adjustments and help the customer to feel that they're, that they're getting the service that they need. And really listening to them. And yes, there have been some unreasonable requests, but I will tell you, those always get worked out. And I'm very impressed with what's going on there. I love the church I'm going to. I've attended. There's so many similarities in my upbringing, not just, in the churches of Christ, but having gone to Pan American Christian Academy and all the churches that I've gone to. I'll tell you more about that a little bit later. Today's sermon was on faith, on, you don't need to be baptized every day or every week, but on the importance of faith. And it was, it's not like I hadn't heard this before, but it came across in a very fresh way today. We always have a reception after the services. There's an 8, 9, and 11, and there are receptions after the 9 and 11. And sometimes, I don't have to go to the 9 now because I typically work at noon, but when I went to the 11, people were there till 2 and 3, 3:30. There was just great fellowship going on. And they have several small groups that meet across town. I'm attending a C.S. Lewis group on every other Thursday night. It's the Beacon Hill group, and we're doing Mere Christianity. And then our Tappan group, we are doing church history, basically. And we let out for August, but we'll be back in September. I also am planning a Brazil. I'm going to be cooking Brazilian food. A lot of it is just celebrating the jobs that I have and hoping that everybody can, as many people as can, get together from people that I knew when I lived here before. A lot of people are willing to come. I just have to find a date, and new friends and friends from the church. So the church is allowing us to have a Brazilian meal during one of the reception times, and looks like some people on the softball team will be able to help cook the meal, and so I'm really looking forward to that. Making feijoada, so the rice, the black bean soup, and all of the fixes, mandioca, which is cassava root. It looks like French fries, but it's not. And farofa, which we call sawdust, and the guaraná. I already have somebody. A lot of people are familiar with Brazilian food, and one young man who was in Portugal for a long time said he'd bring the guaraná. There are a lot of great Brazilian restaurants here. Some are, of course, the fogo de chão, incomparable, and others are mom and pop shops, which the food there is wonderful. I'm considering doing a Facebook Live. When I do that, for those who would like to watch, if you want to plan your meal that Sunday around a Brazilian theme, or you want to just jump in on Facebook Live, you certainly are welcome to. Because I would love you to see a lot of the people that I'm here with, and I'd love for my family to meet a lot of the people, or to see some of the people that they haven't seen in a while. And so the invitation is open to everybody. So thank you for watching, and I will be doing these vlogs to hopefully they're fun for you to watch. I really am enjoying being here. You know, I wish when I was here before that I had social media, because it's been such a good experience, and I'm glad I got back on this time. I know I've made there are a lot of long videos out there. You don't have to watch those, but I did make those for me or anybody else who wanted to see what was going on when I moved here. And then I tried to tell that story really short, and then all of these different themes from spiritual, all of these different things kept showing up, and then the family got thrown in there. So if you feel like watching those, feel free to. They're out there for your perusal. And I think there's one tough part, but I think you already know how I feel about those subjects. And that's it. Thank you for watching, and look forward to next time that we talk. Take care. Bye-bye.